Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Boomy and today we are watching Who is Canada's Unidentified Maximum Security Prisoner by Barely Sociable. Yeah, this video has been coming up a lot on my YouTube feed and I decided to go ahead and check this out because it looks like this is an unsolved mystery and I like me some unsolved mystery. The weirder the better. And I checked out a couple of seconds of this video and I got hooked. So I'm gonna watch this now and hopefully the rest of the video will be good. So remember, if you like my reactions, don't forget to leave a like. Let me know your thoughts on the video down in the comment section below and consider subscribing. Also, don't forget to leave your suggestions on what I should check on next. That being said, let's go ahead and watch the video.
Hello again, and welcome back to the channel. I must say, after spending so much time sifting through case files, I generally find myself becoming desensitized to mysteries involving true crime. However, every now and again, I must admit, one topic will follow me for months on end, and I think we all have that one individual case that we just want so desperately solved. And there hasn't been much coverage of this particular topic, so I thought I would do a video on it. This one definitely gets the mind going, so let me begin to tell you all about Canada's most mysterious maximum security prisoner. And the story all begins on October 28th, 2012 in Montreal, Quebec, Canada.
This has been a
When a man
long
had
time
arrived
coming.
from a flight from Cuba bearing a French passport. He claimed it was not his first visit to Canada, and he said he had originally come 6 months earlier and had left a week before for his friend's sister's funeral wake. As this would turn out, this was a lie. He was still given a 10-day visitor visa, and when he went to a Days Inn where he had a reservation, he also had $3,000 in his bank account and a return ticket. However, he would never actually end up leaving the country.
So if nobody knows who he is, how was he able to open up a bank account? I mean, of course you can do that probably with a fake ID, but wouldn't banks? No, actually they probably wouldn't. If it's just opening an account, they probably won't look that deep into someone. But yeah, that's just interesting that nobody's been able to identify him.
And 6 months later, he would be arrested for a completely unbelievable scam. And when he was arrested, he would go by the name Herman Emmanuel Fankum. And the scam that he ended up getting arrested for was known as a black money or wash scam. Fankum and four other co-conspirators who are yet to be identified responded to a Toronto real estate ad claiming that they had money coming in from South Africa that they would use to pay for a property. However, the money was coated in a special black coating to disguise it so they could get it out of the country. And in order to remove the coating, they needed a certain expensive chemical, and in order to convince the wary buyer, they even demonstrated how the chemical would work. And after they demonstrated the process to the man, he was told that he needed to put money down for this special chemical in order for him to receive a cut of the cash that would be coming in. And unfortunately for him, the black money turned out to be fake, and he had been out about $450,000
Oh
by the time
shit,
he figured it out.
that's
Officers
a
arrested
lot of
Fankum
money.
at a hotel.
I'm guessing that it would have been a pretty big amount. His cut, I mean, if he's willing to like put down 450K on that one. I hope they mention how much his cut was supposed to be because that's a lot of money to be scammed off with.
Where he was staying under another name. He did not have his passport with him. Once the police had realized that he was a visitor of Canada and his visa had expired, they had called Canada Border Services Agency, or the CBSA. The CBSA stayed his criminal charges in order to expedite his removal from Canada, but there was a problem. Herman Emmanuel Fankum was not who he claimed to be. In fact, officials could not figure out who he really was. And since this is a mystery video, you probably know where this is going. At first, he was
Yeah.
cooperative, but once his identity
Yeah, real quick, guys. Again, I like to reiterate that I like these like types of mystery videos. So if you have like other suggestions that you want to bring forth, especially from Barely Sociable, go ahead and list them down below. I'll be more than happy to check it out because I like listening to his voice in this. It adds to the mystery. So yeah, that's just it. Let's continue with the video.
was brought into question, he became defiant. At one immigration detention review hearing, he told the adjudicator to go to hell when all she had done was simply ask for confirmation that she was speaking to the right person. And over the course of 4.5 years, he has refused to attend 51 detention review
Four and a
hearings.
half
He's told
years.
people to go
Damn.
fuck themselves. He's claimed that he's been kidnapped, and the situation has spiraled so far out of control that the judge stated, "This court's impression is that the unknown person considers himself to be a director of a play, and Canadian authorities are but actors subject to his direction." Because he can't be deported to his home country, he's somewhat caught in a legal loophole. I will note, throughout all of the 51 detention review hearings, he demanded to speak with French diplomats because he claimed to be French working in England. And when given the opportunity to meet with them, he still refused to go twice. And the extent of this person's defiance has gone as
Called
far
off
as
his
where he
bluff.
will not allow people to take pictures of him and has fought off giving any kind of fingerprint. And that seems to make sense, as it's very hard to find any other photos of him online. And there doesn't appear to be any video footage of him either. Getting back to him being French, a later tip from Interpol informed authorities that he had previously faked a birth certificate to gain various travel and identity documents in Paris. On top of that, there was no one named.
So this sounds like he's quite a professional in faking his own identity.
Herman Emmanuel Fankum in the French registry. French authorities stated that they did not believe he had a criminal record in France and that they believed he was from Cameroon. But where this gets incredibly interesting is when France busted a forgery ring in 2009, where after an extensive investigation into this ring, one person had actually admitted to creating a forgery by the name of Herman Emmanuel Fankum. Apparently, whoever had the passport at that time was arrested attempting to board a flight to Canada, of all places, and for some reason he was released.
Canada again.
I couldn't find any press on this forgery ring bust in 2009 outside of this article I'm referencing. However, I did find one in 2008, but this does seem to be a bit contradictory. You'd think that the person who was caught using a fake passport would at least have the thing confiscated from them. An investigator from Cameroon told the CBSA that they believed,
because I'm guessing it's a new passport, right? But wouldn't there be like some sort of list to blacklist that name from ever entering back to Canada? Especially since, well, it's probably not the same person, but you would think that that name would like set off red flags in their system.
Fankum had used to be a clothing vendor there who had moved to Britain, and even showed a picture of the man in the area where he had supposedly lived. In Britain, police turned up a positive fingerprint match between Fankum and another identity, Buon Emmanuel Fabile, a citizen of Cameroon. And as if the situation couldn't get more convoluted, it also matched the identity of 3 other men, one from Cameroon, one from Haiti, and one of unknown origin. This same person had also been arrested in England twice.
So is it the same people? Because fingerprints are unique, unless if they just made fake ones. So it's probably the same person impersonating, saying that he's from 3 different countries then, right?
And it stayed in prison under 2 different names. And might I add, both charges were for fraudulent documents. And while it does not disclose the full details, it does say that he also appeared in a German database, which potentially means that he spent some time there too. This whole situation is completely ridiculous, and we're no closer to getting his true identity. And despite all of these resources going into finding who this man is, it is still truly unknown. Naturally, you have to ask, who the hell is this guy? No connection to family, financial investment, or anything alike. This person seems to be a nomadic serial fraudster, and while he remains in prison, he continues to refuse to cooperate, leaving himself in a legal limbo. He is simply known as the unknown person, and this naturally begs a ton of questions, with the largest being, how did this person get into these circumstances where their preferred alternative is staying in a maximum security prison? And it's gotten to the point that in June of 2018, an IRB adjudicator...
I mean, he was lucky, right, to be stuck in a legal loophole. I'm sorry, my brother's trying to get in the room as quietly as possible. Well, yeah, it is weird. He got lucky on this one that he got caught in a legal loophole where he can't be deported because they don't know where he's actually from. And Canadian prisons are probably much more forgiving than United States prisons. So he's probably living a comfortable life there. That's probably why he decided to go to Canada, because just in case the scam doesn't pan out, at least if ever he does go to prison, he is at least in a, well, relatively safe prison compared to other countries.
Had ordered the man to be released because they were simply so fed up with the situation. And while that was denied and he still remains in jail, it leaves us to speculate heavily, especially when in 2019, the details of this hearing and
2019,
this
wow.
case have been made private. And to quote another National Post article, it would write, "The mystery of the unknown person may never be publicly solved after the Immigration and Refugee Board made hearings on the case private as an accommodation to his legal counsel's concern the unidentified imprisoned man may disclose information that would be harmful to his own case." And to quote further, his case is being heard by Immigration Division of Immigration and Refugee Board, the IRB, where hearings must by law be open to the public, similar to court trials, except under exceptional circumstances. This whole situation is so incredibly bizarre, and while the reasoning cited is not to create any additional distress to the man's mental health and not having
Mm-hmm.
immediate coverage on the situation, it really leaves everything wide open for interpretation. We do know that he's involved with some ring of fraud, that's for sure. However, the bizarre series of arrests with little to no background info makes this person a walking ghost. One of the main theories that has been circulating around is that he's some sort of spy. However, one major
Come
counterpoint to
on.
this is that spies probably wouldn't be involved in this kind of fraud, and the
Yeah.
fact that they targeted someone from a Craigslist ad seems even more off character.
This is just for the spy theory. This is just I mean, the scam was just like a very small time thing. And if he is indeed a spy, he probably wouldn't get caught. And it well, when spies get caught, usually their countries disavow them, right? So nobody would claim them. So that would make sense. I can't get why the theory was that he was a spy, but come on. Now, this isn't the move of a spy.
However, I have to question, how was he able to get that passport back in the first place when he was arrested back in France?
There's that thing as well. How was he able to get like a lot of forged documents if he wasn't a spy?
And the other two
I don't
times he
know.
was arrested in England. And this definitely does make sense. However, the connection to Cameroon, if he is actually from there, might make it a lot easier for someone like this to go under the radar. Many people look for any opportunity to get out of a developing country and look for greener pastures. But on the other hand here, this doesn't explain why this person was traveling around and around and around. While I like to generally lean on some conclusive theory at the end of these videos, I really don't know in this case. However, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about this. This is Barely Sociable. Have a good night.
Interesting. So up until now, I think he's still in prison, right? Because the judge didn't really like approve his leave, and he can't go anywhere else. He's gonna get caught in another scam, and then the same thing will happen. The only difference is that he's just gonna end up in a different jail, most likely. I wonder if that was indeed a guy. I wonder if someone has to have seen the picture and know that face, right? This is why I like these sorts of videos, mysteries as well, especially when they cannot be solved. It just makes the whole thing interesting. And yeah, someone from Reddit or 4chan probably knows his identity. Oh, yeah, that's just gonna be it for me today, guys. Link to my Twitter is down in the description below. Go ahead and check it out if you want to. And if you're new here and enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like. Let me know your thoughts on the video down in the comment section below. And consider subscribing. Also, don't forget to leave your suggestions on what I should check on next. That being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!